Good morning. I was hoping to share with you one of the fundamentals of casting and how it needs to change when I'm using my fiberglass rod versus my graphite or carbon fiber rod. And that fundamental is the acceleration in the cast. Those of us that just fished graphite rods our whole life and have cast them have gotten away with something, and that is that the acceleration we use when we're throwing these stiffer, lighter rods is a more aggressive acceleration. So the stroke, yeah, it's shorter and all that, but when I go to give it the juice, I can pop my cast, be a little bit more aggressive with a typical, powerful, light fly rod made from carbon fiber. And those of us that then use that same acceleration, that aggressive acceleration, when we try fiberglass, end up with what? A lot of wiggles and a tailing loop. Because the rod bends too much under that aggressive amount of acceleration. So, for example, if this is an example of the rod, if I come forward and I smoothly accelerate, that rod tip moved in a perfectly straight line. If I over accelerate early, the rod tip dipped down. So your job, and I hope you are inspired staying at home to practice in your living room with just the tip of your fiberglass fly rod, is to smoothen your acceleration or lengthen your acceleration. So instead of having that explosive hitting the gas at the stop sign on glass rods, I want you to lengthen that and smoothen out that acceleration. So from here, smooth. That rod will load easier and unload, so you'll still get speed, maybe not quite as much as a robot casting a graphite rod and a fiberglass rod. You probably won't get as much. There's some other tricks to get more speed, but the idea is that that acceleration needs to be smoother with glass. Now, if the wind comes up and you still want to punch a cast, all you have to remember is apply the acceleration later in the stroke. So with glass, if you hit it early, boom, tailing loop. Or I guess with any fly rod, but it's exaggerated with glass. So that isn't going to work, hitting it too soon. So what I do on a long cast, save that extra power for the very end of the stroke. And if you do that, you'll get a nice wedge in your loop and you can still throw a glass rod a long way. So practice that, have more fun on the river, and I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.